Good evening, this is your Psychic LG reporting from the United Kingdom. Is anybody there? Knock once for yes, twice for no. Hello, hello, hello. It's 11:15 p.m. UK time, and we are heading towards the witching hour in the UK. And we are going to delve deep tonight. We are going to look into the looking glass. This is Underground Live, Newcastle upon Tyne, with your host, Psychic LJ. Good evening, everybody. Hi there, Lady Murph, Aura K on Twitch. I believe I'm multi-streaming tonight. I don't know if I've gone. Hiya, James. Hello. Hiya, everybody. Good. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you all are around the world. We are going to delve deep tonight. We're going to look into the looking glass. Big welcome to Aura K coming in on Twitch there. Welcome to our little humble abode where we delve deep every Sunday night. And for people who want to join, I will put the link in the description of this video afterwards on YouTube. Good evening there, Teddy. And it's $4.99 a month, but you can, I believe, don't quote us, you'd have to join me Discord, which I'll put the link in the description as well. You can join free through Amazon Prime. You'd have to check it out. Don't quote us, like. But I know some people have gone on there free through Amazon Prime. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to people on YouTube as well. Howdy ho there, Michael. How are you all doing? Oh, that's nice, Mary. Blessings, health and wealth and happiness to all of us. Exactly. This is our spiritualist church, isn't it? Remember, gone is the day when we used to all go to the spiritualist churches. I used to do them in the UK, in the north. Yeah. And I used to like going. I used to go on a Wednesday and a Sunday night. That was back in the day when I wasn't so busy as I am now, like. But over the days, over the years, the council and the councils, should I say, Newcastle Council, ended up shutting a lot of the spiritualist churches down. I'm not so sure about the rest of the UK, but there's still some running, but a lot of them got shut down through funding. But hello there, Marie and Petra and everybody, Queen Bee, Margaret, Julie Garza, and Rennie. Hi there, Rennie. You used to go to the spiritualist churches, Margaret? Hi there, Teddy. And a big thumbs up to my moderators on my YouTube and on Twitch. It just keeps this community safe. Hi there, Linda in Vancouver Island, Canada. What's the weather like over that way today? Oh, we've got sexy Lexi coming in unsubscribed and Twitch. Welcome in. Excuse the mess of me, guys. I've never done my hair. I've been really busy. I'm going to the hairdressers tomorrow anyway, so I'm going to have a treat day tomorrow. Yeah, very heavy times, isn't it? Good morning in Queensland, Australia. It's coming into your summer, isn't it? Hiya there, Debbie. How you doing? And I just want to send healing and blessings out to everybody tonight. So I'll wait for a few to come on, because what we're going to do tonight is we're going to do, this is live healing. So anybody who needs healing or they're worried about anything or anybody, or even a pet or a situation, you can write the name in the comments section and you will receive healing. I've done a Reiki prayer before I've come on. I invoke the 4 archangels in, Michael, Uriel, Raphael and Gabriel, plus my guides, to form the circle of light before we start. And it just gives you a sense of healing. It's timeless as well. So if you do miss this, you can watch it afterwards and you still will receive the healing and prayers and protection. I think it's very important that we have the prayers and the protection, especially these heavy times on earth. So I'm just being very busy. I don't know how you guys have been, but my head feels like it's spinning. I don't know if it's to do with the planets or what. I feel like time's going really fast. Healing for your boyfriend, Aura K, you will receive it. Oh, the babies have woken up. They've been asleep for the last couple of hours. And I thought, typical, they'll start bouncing around on here and knocking the cards on the crystal ball. But they're awake. They've been again to the vets today. They've had the pet hospital and they've had their little kitten check. And they've put on nearly a bag of sugar each. I'm not sure if she said 0.6 kilograms or 6 kilograms. I really don't know. I don't understand kilograms, but she said it was equivalent to nearly a bag of sugar each. Like a bag of sugar in the UK is about that big. You can't get the great big bags, but it's about that big. So they're doing really well. Zella's had her nails clipped because they're very long. And she didn't like that, mind. But I thought if they're getting used to it while they're babies, just the ends off, I would be too scared to not know what to do, you know. So the nurse did it. The nurse did it for her. And yeah, they're doing really well. Not thinking on YouTube. Thank you for the healing last time. I did not need to go to the ER, thank goodness. My chest pains were on and off terrible. That started on September the 10th. Okay, so do you feel a lot better now? That's good. You might need still to be checked out, you know. I'm not a doctor, but I always think that, you know, healing and prayers does help. Could be anxiety, but you're best to get checked out. Animals are God's gift, aren't they? I've got loads of scratch posts and they've decided to rake up my lovely wallpaper in the hall. Somebody said spray apple cider vinegar on the wallpaper and they don't like it and they'll stop going to it. Luckily with the pattern you can't hardly tell until you get really close up. But hey ho, you know, just one of them things. And they've clicked all my leather seats in the dining room, but I mean, hey ho. So, but they're going to, the first time tomorrow they're going in the cattery in the garden. White vinegar works too. Oh well. Excuse me, I always become croaky when I first come on. I do a lot of talking through the day, you know. Somebody said apple cider vinegar worked as well, but get the like the one what doesn't have anything in it, do you know what I mean? They've got loads of ping pong balls. I've ordered some more from them off on Amazon today. And they've got the tunnels and the activities. And I've got them a little wind-up mouse. What's coming? Actually, I don't know if it's electronic. You just switch it on. And it makes a noise. So they're getting that soon. But they've decided, well, Nala has. That's the tiger one. I had a group of lovely ladies at the house the other night. And obviously I can't watch them, keep my eye on them when I'm sitting here doing readings. So what I do is if anybody comes to my house for readings, I sit them in the living room and I put the telly on and I get them in one by one and I work in here. This is where I work, in the kitchen dining room. And obviously the doors are all open for them to access, to get to us. And the ladies said that they disappeared. And sometimes they go up into my bedroom. And then Nala decided to jump from the top landing upstairs to the ground floor, like Super Cat. And she landed on the lady's shopping bag, which had some bread in, and squashed the bread. She landed with a little booty on the bread, and she bounced. And she's a funny one. She's so I've been looking at some shelf things. So she can do it in stages, going up the landing. You can get like the, you fix them to the wall type of thing. I follow this guy on, he's a chef actually. He's Japanese, him and his wife who's American. She's really pretty. She's got like long red hair. And they live in Japan. And oh my God, you want to see this house he's built. And they don't have kids. They've got the cats as their kids. And so when he does his cookery, he has the cats on the show as well, you know. It's a good channel, actually. I'll have to find it and link his channel. But he's like designed his house where they've got all these shelves and it's all for the cats. And so I'm getting a bit carried away with cat trees. I bought loads of cat trees and my daughter-in-law's now started to call us the cat tree lady. but I'm now deciding to fix them to my walls, you know. But that's me. I'm a triple Scorpio, you know. So I go a bit OTT sometimes. So there you go. Yeah, they do like cardboard. So I've got them a lovely scratching post, but Zella won't let Nola on it. She's bossy. So I'll have to get another scratching post. But they've got with the towers, they have what they sit in the cat trees, they've got the scratching things on there as well. June Ritchie on Twitch. I had my fur baby for 22 years and he fell out of a 6-floor flat and lived. Well, apparently a cat can land on their feet. That's why they say cats have 9 lives. But she's certainly like a chimpanzee. She's got mischief written all over her face. Oh, I'm a cat mama. I've become the cat lady, guys. The other one is, they're both pretty. I'm spitting into the mic. Excuse me. They're both pretty in different ways. Nola's very like you would see her on a toffee tin at Christmas. She's like teddy bear cute. And the other one's she's like something what's come out of a tomb from ancient Egypt, you know, very magical. She's pure black. She would look actually exquisite with like a little diamante collar around, but they don't like wearing collars. They're still babies at the minute, so I wasn't sure if that was safe or not to put collars on them. But yeah, they're pretty in different ways. Are you trying? Oh yes, Cat Mama, I'm trying to steal your name. Of course, I'm a big dog lover as well, you know, and God bless, I miss my little pooches so much. Oliver was 20, Sissy was 19, both Jack Russells, and they sadly passed away in the first lockdown, and I was in bits. People who knew us from the beginning always heard Oliver snore in the background. He was a big Jack Russell, he was a big boy. He looked like Brian off Family Guy, and Sissy looked like, well, her real name was Gypsy, but we called her Sissy, little Sissy. And oh yeah, I'm laughing at Debbie here in the audience on Twitch. She's got 2 little chihuahuas and they are so gorgeous, Benny and Missy. She's saying Benny met her daughter's new kitten. Was he good? Benny's a gorgeous little boy. Yeah, so Sissy looked like Feline off Bambi. She was dainty and lovely, and she was a good little hunter dog, actually. My son, not that I'm into hunting, because I'm against all of that, but my son did used to go hunting because we're from travelling gypsies, and he used to take her, and she was good at getting hunting and going down the rabbit holes and stuff like that. So Jack Russells are good hunters. You'll never have a rat or a mouse with a Jack Russell. But now I've got cats, and it's a change for us because my lifestyle's too busy. So yeah, and to be perfectly fair, it's like 2 little dogs running around, and they play ball, they fetch ball and everything. So I'm having a change, and I'm now the cat mama. So I've really gone into it. Adam is doing absolutely great with the kittens, and it's actually helped his mental health. For new people coming in, I've got 2 sons. I've never had a pick a bother of the oldest one. He's with his gorgeous wife, and got a gorgeous granddaughter, and they're like an old-fashioned 50s couple. Do you know what I mean? They've been together since 17. They met at the stables, and yeah, he's always been a good lad. Look, and I'm not saying Adam's not a good lad, but he's just different. He's one of them wild star seeds, and you got to experiment into street drugs, and we had some problems with him, but we're getting there with him. And yeah, it's just been one hell of a road that we've all gone down through these lockdowns. And of course, mental health went through the roof with the lockdowns, didn't it? So my oldest son is recovering from cocaine addiction. My youngest son, Adam. Luke's my oldest. I call Luke Lukey boy, and Adam is the youngest. But you never get 2 the same, do you? You never get 2 the same. So I've never hidden the fact. because I think it needs to be talked about. It's a massive, massive problem, not just in the UK, it's across the globe, with different types of street drugs. And my understanding as a psychic medium, that when we've had our vulnerable starseed kids who have gone through this, it's been an attack which has tried to bring them down. There's always like a spiritual side to it. Because, these dog beings can't get to us because we wouldn't do things like that. So they get to it through one naughty children or whatever, or vulnerable people around it. So, yeah, cocaine's a nasty thing and it's rife over here in the UK. But yeah, we're getting there with him. We really are. I had to put him into rehab actually 3 times. But he's getting there. And the cats have just, he keeps saying that he feels really calm around them. So that's good. And then they've just brought so much love into the house. Hiya there, Julie. Has anyone seen Underbelly on YouTube? No, what's that? Is that about that type of thing? I need to do podcasts on this and get people on talking about it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not talked about enough. And in the UK alone, I mean, I know it's not very good healthcare over in the US, is it? But in the UK alone, it's all money talks, isn't it? The problem with if somebody has a drug addiction, right, the doctor will say, well, you've got to come off it to then get the help of counselling. But the thing is, they need the counselling. So it's like that vicious circle. Do you know what I mean? So that's where money talks and that's where private clinics talk. And it's so sad. Star moon stars. Addiction has been a massive problem since the 60s and the 70s, at least though it was not out there like today, yeah. Well, when I was young in the 80s, I'm showing my age now, I mean, cocaine was about, but it was like a rich man's drug, wasn't it, back then? It was like not many people did it. And that's just the way it was, wasn't it? I went to Ibiza when I was a young girl on holiday and I ended up staying over there. And it was when the drug scene started to come in on the club scene, And I remember working in this bar in Ibiza, and it was all glass floors. It was like really far out futuristic. And I said to my mate, I said, why are they all jumping around with whistles? Not realising, they were, God knows what they were taking, and it was all the club scene at the time. And that's how it all started, really. But yeah, the good old days. But the worst thing I've done is take bloody sherry. I've had a puff on some of that funny cigarette stuff, but it doesn't agree with us. I think it's when you're too psychic. You've got to be ecstasy was a massive thing. They were popping it then, weren't they? You've got to be very careful when you're very psychic, so it can just push that too much. Like I say, I don't need substance because I'm a bit woo-woo to start with, you know what I mean? So I like a bit sherry at Christmas, and a Baileys. A little bit of Baileys. I like an ice cold lager and lime in the summer. I do like a Budweiser, but that's about it for me. I just go silly on wine, so I try to keep away from that. What about you guys, eh? You've had your troubles in the past with drugs, and it needs to be talked about, doesn't it, Star Moon Stars? But I think a lot of our generation, people in the 50s and 60s, have experienced to some degree, or we've known somebody, if it's not been our kids or our family members, we've experienced with this drug culture with the kids in the 90s and the noughties, what they've gone through. Queen Wanda likes a nice red wine once in a while. I can take a bit of red wine if I'm going for a meal, like a little bit of wine, but I can't actually sit and take a load of wine. Ooh, Guinness and blackcurrant. That's a bit different. I like a baby sham, Can you still get them? The cherry in, I like a baby sham. I'm quite old-fashioned, me. Rachel Wild, I like a port. Is that Rachel Wild? Port and Baileys at Christmas. And that's it. And I mean, it's not just street drugs, it's prescription drugs as well, what people have gone through with Valiums and benzos and the pain meds. You know, it's like it needs to be talked about more. Do you know what I mean? There needs to be more self-help groups out there for people. I did open a group on Facebook, but I haven't been on it for ages. I need to reopen it and do more with it. And it's called Anchorline. I've talked about this before on Twitch. And it's for people who are worried about their young adults or their children, you know, their teenagers, what they go through on the streets, because it's such a big, bad world out there. And not to mention what they're up against now. You know, you've got teenage pregnancies, you've got people coming out, being gay. And then, of course, you've got the transgender stuff. And it's like parents who are worried so they can be there all together to talk. And that's what needs to be. We need to go back to the old-fashioned ways. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I've heard fentanyl's not good. I don't like cherry brandy. It makes us sick. It's funny that, isn't it? But I quite like a gin and tonic as well with ice and lemon. Yeah, baby shams were quite popular in the 70s, weren't they? And remember snowballs as well. Yeah, they've ousted McCarthy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a big world predictions for you. And apologies that I've never been on and doing any videos on YouTube. I've just been so busy. I'm going to start putting shorts out of the animals with little cryptic messages and that for you. I'm going to start trying these shorts out. But because I do the long haul and I do like the half an hours when I can and the hours. But I think sometimes people can't stand the 3-hour shows. You know, you've just got to, I think it's like a community, isn't it? So a lot of people don't have an attention span. So I thought, right, I'll do some shorts as well and see how they go. I've just made a one there before for you, so you'll get that tomorrow. Mary's saying, are you going to do the horoscopes today? No, I'm going to do them through the week and I'm going to put it in as a proper video, Mary. You know me, I'm always late. We're going to do other stuff tonight. You saw Nola on a short? Well, they're now tap dancing. It looks like they're river dancing up in my bedroom. It's all weird stuff. Yeah, Malibu and Diet Coke. I've never had a Malibu for years. Okie dokie, let's get started. Let's get ready to rumble. What's this about? Jane on YouTube. Please look into, is it Germany, is it? If the right party is getting more, what does that mean? If the right party is getting more? Type away, Jane, tell us more. I will look into Germany for you. That is so funny what Rachel Wiles put on YouTube. My cats wake up when I go to bed and have a mad half an hour chasing round the bedroom. Oh yeah. Definitely. Right. Let's begin. So sit back and relax. I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael. I ask my faithful spirit guides, brain fog guys, menopause, Jed, White Buffalo, Running Star, Lady Direwolf, A2I, and Raw. I think Zachar might want to come in as well. Zachar, little Zachar, who I work with. He was in the other night, on Sunday night, I believe, wasn't he? And any other star beings or angels from the angel realm, fairy elementals, animal kingdom, star beings who would like to come forth to give us true answers tonight. May this circle of light be casted. Everybody who is in this circle of light will receive healing, and you can write the name in the comments section. Any persons, animals, any situation, and you will receive healing and prayers. Amen. So be it. Amen. Let us begin. Oh, that's nice, me. Johnny. Hazeltine said she was buying me a hutch for my rescue kitty and it never happened. And she's disappeared since we spoke about it. Can anyone contact her? Yeah, I hope Hazeltine's okay. A hutch? That's a bit small to put a cat in, Johnny. Do you not have the cat in the house? So it's all going on. They've voted out Kevin McCarthy today. And I said this would start to happen, didn't I? Didn't I say this about 6 months ago? I said that the Republican Party would start turning on each other and attacking each other, and it started to happen. And so I'm going to look into that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight into the crystal ball, and then we'll pull cards out afterwards, because you can't ask the crystal ball answers. So I'll do the scrying first, so we're not manipulating it. I'll just say what the ball has to say first, okay? Normally I do it the other way around. Hiya there, Shelley. So many people are needing healing, aren't there? Times are very strange at the moment. On Sunday night, I was talking about who's going to replace that woman. What was it? Oh God, what's she called again? Is it Feinstein or something? Yeah, I'm terrible. Diana Feinstein. Is that right? And I was getting like this woman who looked like... She looked quite, I wouldn't say butch, but quite tomboy. But I was getting that energy. And I felt it was a black lady. I did say that she was like the singer from the UK who I like. Oh God, I can't think of it now. I forgot it. But who was going to replace her? But I got like this sort of lesbian energy. And it came up on my feed last night. I seen it on YouTube that they have got somebody. Newsom's picked somebody. And apparently she is a lesbian, and it looked exactly different hair, but it was exactly the face that I seen. Las Honza. Is that right? Something like that. Yeah, I did see it, didn't I? Yeah, I was going on about that singer from the 90s, wasn't I? I can't think what she's called. But it's funny, you know, sometimes when you don't know names and you don't know what you're talking about, you just got to go with the visions. So then it's not manipulated. You know, you can see that I've got no like sort of hidden agenda of any political thing on it. I just say what I see. And it's nice when I get the feedback. Hiya there, not thinking. So yeah, it's horrible times that we're living in, and it's like just one big witch hunt at the minute for certain people, isn't it? Sonic. Yeah, I used to like her. I still like her. Yeah, I used to like Sonic. I liked her in that what was the name of the song? That's Sonic sung. Something's happening all over Florida today. It's possible to see what that is. Yes. Well, if it doesn't come up in the bowl, remind us on and then we'll get it out. What's happening in Florida? Tracy Chapman was good as well. I used to like Cars. Was it Cars? I used to like that one. Bring back all that good music, eh? Can you divulge more what's happened in Florida? Oh, that's horrible, Julie. Is he okay now? Is your oldest okay now? Oh, thank you. Well, all I need is healing is for my knees. I've still got dodgy knees. I've got very painful knees. Fast car. Oh, I've got an itchy palm. That means right to receive. That means there's money coming. Just go all the gypsy old wives' tales. And Russia is having an end game tomorrow too. No coincidences, exactly. Let's start. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to look about this ABS for you tomorrow as well, because I have covered it a few times. I feel it'll be okay. That's the song, June Ritchie, Sonic. It feels so good. Yeah, I used to think she was so sexy in that. Yeah. And I used to, God, there's no gay people on here tonight. I really don't know. But I used to watch The L Word. It was an American TV series. And right at the end, they had this American Air Force girl on, and she fell in love. I can't think of the character. And she was like an army type of girl, do you know what I mean? And I liked her as well. The L Word. Yeah, they stopped that as well. They had an equivalent of the L Word over here in the UK, and it was a Scottish one, and it was called Lipstick something or something. It was filmed in Glasgow. Lip Service, that was quite good as well. Mary, I'm not 100% gay, but I'm bi. Did you like the L Word? Beth and Tina. Have you seen the new one? No, I haven't. But they need to start getting some more good stuff out on that television, don't they? Instead of all this crap what's out at the minute. Muse Mastery, is something happening around Halloween? I'll look into it. Because you've got to understand, Halloween's is on the witches' calendar. And it's not just to do with white witchcraft. It'll be the dark magicians will be at their work as well. You know what I mean? It's part of the witches' calendar, and witchcraft's been around a lot longer than Christianity. So, if you're feeling vulnerable, you need to be having your salt baths and pampering yourself at that time. Not feeding into the fear. Do like a protection spell even, or, burn your incense, or put some rose petals or some lovely salt in your bubble bath. Pamper yourself. Yeah, there's going to be 2 eclipses. It's going to be on the 14th and the 28th, yes. But you can make it bright. It's you're your own creator now. That's what I always say. I always like to go for a nice country walk. Or do something like that round about Halloween. I normally go acorn picking with my granddaughter, but I'm actually going to a Halloween party, guys, through the day. So I'll probably be out. I don't know what day it lands on, but I'll probably be doing a stream, something spooky for you. But it's my daughter-in-law. She's having our lovely friends round from the woods, and a lot of these lovely ladies are into like Wicca stuff and stuff like that. And it's going to be like a gathering with all the kids and that. we're having like a Halloween party, you know, like bite the apple and stuff like that. So there you go. So let's see what's going on. It's on a Tuesday. Yeah, well, I'll be streaming on the Tuesday night. Let's see what's happening. Now, when my last... Do I dress up? No, I'm just going to get... No, I'm not going to get dressed up because I don't want to be frightening the kids. Because a lot of these kids are very... some of them are like from the church and that, you know what I mean? I'm not talking like... probably if I got dressed up, I don't want to be frightening them, do you know what I mean? But I'm gonna do something for the kids. I'm gonna do like I might do some lucky stones for them or something, or for them to pick, you know, part of the party thing. Dress up as a cat. I do actually have a Catwoman suit somewhere. That would be hilarious. That is so funny. I've got a... No, Mary, I don't know if I can go to hell for this, but I dressed up when I was pregnant as a pregnant nun. You'd be surprised how many nuns ended up being pregnant. Right, let's see what's going on. Right, so in my last... I do believe it was my last looking glass, but I did talk about it on Sunday night, where I could see 3 events going off around about the same time. And it was like a triangular event. I'm still feeling that energy building up. But one of these could be connected to do with an earthquake or storm alerts, that type of thing. It is very, very biblical times that we're living in. But I'm seeing this triangle and it's bouncing out of the crystal ball. There's definitely going to be some trouble coming in around about Russia. And I also talked on Sunday night that I could see big scandals or big news coming out around Zelensky. Okay. So they're definitely up to stuff, guys. I feel they're definitely up to stuff. I'm talking about the dark players on Earth. I can see them scurrying like rats. But there's something shifting here. It's shifting to do with our human consciousness. There's like I don't even know what the word is. I've got like Zatchar coming in here. It's like he's saying we're all globally, we're all having great downloads for what we need. And there's a shift coming in. It could be around winter solstice if it's not Halloween. But I want to say we need to get into like protection, being more sage, being around nature. Maybe do some cooking on Halloween or that type of thing. Do you know what I mean? Grounding, being around nature. Going back to Earth's core. Connecting with Earth. That's what we need to do on Halloween. And I believe if we connect with Earth, say like if we go for a country walk or whatever, or go to the seaside or whatever, wherever you live, it's going to really help the energy, because all light workers are all gathering in together. That's what we need to do. We need to be connecting with nature. So it's like we're all joining together and it's too much. The frequency is going to be too much, because once we raise this frequency on Earth, the dark players won't be able to operate so much, because it's about energy and frequency. You know what I've got? What's bouncing out of this crystal ball is hell has no fury like a woman's scorn. Right, hell has no fury, and that's to do with world politics. So I don't know what that is. So I don't know if there's going to be some scandals out, and if it's not to do with world politics, it's something to do with somebody on media or social media. Okie dokie. I'm getting big news coming in from the Vatican, and he has just recently made the Pope. I know a lot of people are like funny about the Pope, but he has come forth recently and said something about he wants to bless all gay people, which is a good thing. And that's sort of going against the writings of the Catholic Church. So he knows that times are changing, things are shifting. But I believe that he is very much into all this extraterrestrial stuff, and I feel that he wants to see more on stuff like that. All right. People have said that he's not real or he's a clone, and that he is real. All the world is a stage, but I do believe that at some point before he leaves this planet, he will make one massive statement about global stuff. He's going to make some big statement, make a big speech. All right, more than what he has just recently over the last 48 hours. But there is going to be, I want to say 2 or 3 things coming from Italy, because I'm being shown the boat of Italy. And one of them could be to do where I feel problems to do, and I hope it's not an earthquake or a landslide or something, but I'm seeing dust and rubble. I'm also being shown Turkey. Turkey's not out of the woods either. It's funny because I'm seeing Putin's face here, and I'm getting the initials E and F. E and F. So I don't know if this is to do with a person or a place or countries. It's like he's trying to reawaken an old law, but it's not going to work. But this is horrible, this, guys. I'm getting like assassinations. It's coming out of this crystal ball. So I don't know if that's to do with colonels around him or shocks to come. But it's like he's trying to connect something. And I am drawn to Poland. I am drawn to Germany. But the key will not fit. The key will not go in. But there will be trouble on board, as more troubles to come. This might sound very cryptic, but remember what I'm telling you, this is what Spirit's given us, and it will fall into place. Round about that time, there will be some trouble with the pound. It may drop for a little bit. Also, there will be trouble with the US dollar as well. I did know this was called a dead cat bounce or something. When it suddenly drops, it's a phrase they use, and then it bounces back up again to do with the economy. So there could be something like that. I still feel that we have to be careful to do with, and we need to prep. I'm seeing fighter jets here, guys. And something to do, it looks like Concorde, but it's not. It looks like a strange looking plane. Maybe it's a new plane what's coming out. Like a pointy, could be like a fighter jet, I'm seeing. But there's going to be like so much what's been hidden back, what's going to be brought forward. And it's to do with technology. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a new aircraft what's going to come into show within the next couple of years anyway. I normally look on a few years down the line there. Yeah, so I feel this black lady, I can't think of her name, the lesbian woman, I believe that she will replace that woman what's just recently passed. Is it Feinstein or? So possibly watch for that. I've always said it's the race to the finishing line, and Trump's not out of the picture yet, you know, guys. He's not out of the picture. I'm still sticking with this. Everything's all like a movie and a show, isn't it? My guides keep saying that history is going to repeat itself. But I think you're going to be very surprised right at the last minute who is going to replace to go in with Biden, or something about Biden. There's going to be big news coming in with Biden. If Biden runs again, right? If he does, God forbid, Dianne Feinstein, he'll not last. There's going to be a woman to come in to replace. Do you know what I mean? But I actually keep seeing a woman here. And I've been seeing this for a while. I'm not saying he's going to be a runner, but I keep seeing, oh God, what's he called? I'm terrible with names, you know. Pete Buttigieg. I keep seeing him. So possibly there's going to be some big news to do with around him as well. But it's not good really at the minute, is it? Mary, has anybody heard about Donald Trump starting a space program that I watched on YouTube? No, I'll have to watch. You'll have to send us that. It's just insane, isn't it? What's happening at the minute? I think you're going to be very surprised who's going to step forward. Out of the blue. I'm getting a dragon here. There's a dragon coming out here. That could be to do with China. I'm seeing a black lady. I don't know who she is. It's like misted at the minute. But then history is repeating itself. But Trump's not out of the woods. He's not out of the picture here, like. No way. No way. There's a lot of fury to come. And I wouldn't be surprised if they put some gagging order on him, or there's some other restriction what's going to go on him over the next week or so. So possibly watch for that. This is so true, wee writer. This is so true. I mean, as it stands at the minute, you've got in the US, you've got Biden, who doesn't know his arse from his elbow, basically. And then you've got Trump, do you know what I mean? It's like, who could be heading towards prison, or there could be... That's how bad it is at the minute. There's got to be other candidates, hasn't there? But I've always said Trump's going to be a hard man to take down. A hard man to take down. You must have cast iron aura. That's all I can say. There is a gag order, is there? I said that a week or so ago. So he's already been gagged, right? Well, I predicted last week or the week before, I said he'd be gagged. But there is protection around him, but I've got my nana coming in. My nana used to say this, "There's nought stranger than folk." She used to say, true northerner. There's nought stranger than folk, Louise. You just don't know. You just don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Right, so they've already gagged him. I mean, they've done all sorts to him, haven't they? Oh, I see a Twister. Do you remember that film, The Twister? Right, I'm getting the letter M, the letter L. I don't think these are states. Is it like storm season coming in October? C, S, N, and M and L. Warning, storm, 15, 16, 22. Number 10 and 11. Number 10. What day is it today? It's the 3rd, isn't it? Well, no, it's not. It's the 4th now in the UK. So 10's next Tuesday. Yeah. So storm warning. And in a place, I don't know if it's excuse me, Argentina or something beginning with A, like a country. Problems with land, and I see masses they look like shepherds. I don't know, like shepherds, lots of shepherds, or people running near borders, problems, falling ground. God bless. I don't know what I'm seeing here. Problems, and it looks like it's a dip in a near a mountain. I feel like I need to send healing and blessings out there as well. This is very biblical times. I mean, look at all the floods happening all over the world. It's crazy. It's crazy, isn't it? Crazy floods. And I said there would be a lot of floods. And obviously, God bless everybody in New York. But there's more floods to come. Yeah, we need to prep. Right, tomorrow, for people in the US, it's a test. It's a test, okay? It's now the 4th in the UK, but I'm talking about for their EBS system thing. A lot of people are saying, this is going to happen and that's going to happen. And no, it's a test. Just seeing, yeah. It's funny when I'm looking into the crystal ball here with the USA, it's like it's not working in all states, just in some. Unless people aren't participating with it in some. Do you know what I mean? But everybody's fine. I don't see anything nasty happening. There could be something happening just after, but you'll get the conspiracy theorists jumping in saying, it's to do with that. And it's not. So watch for that. But it's, yeah. Because there's so much all happening at the same time. So what they're doing is that they're putting it out as a test run. Right? Nothing bad's going to happen. So it's up to you if you want to switch it on or switch it off. Do you know what I mean? We had the same thing over here a few months back. I switched mine off. Some of my family left it on, and now it happened. It didn't even bloody work. Do you know what I mean? So you've got nothing to worry about. Don't feed into the fear, and don't feed into the horrible tales what's out there, like this is going to happen and that's going to happen. If you go back to like World War II in the past, they would have made announcements, because the world's changing so much. It's like nowadays they can just send a text message, it's a test run, because there's all sorts of horrible things going on at the minute with Russia and China and that. So it's just like a test run. They could be gathering in to see how many people are about. It could be that. But what Snowden said? Even if you turn it off, they can still turn it back on again. Do you know what I mean? So it depends, unless you take the bloody thing out or you wrap it in foil or whatever. But I don't think you need to go that far. It's just a test run, that's what I'm saying, and it'll be absolutely fine. But I don't know if I'm getting something about cyber or electricity. Could be electricity cuts, internet going down. And like I say, you'll get people who'll jump on the bandwagon and say, it's to do with that. And it's not. It's just a coincidence. So watch for that. Yeah, they've done it for decades. Star Moon Stars has put here. They put it on TV, radio in the US. Alerts have never went off on the phone. Excuse me. A little bit of fluff up my nose there. Yeah, it's just a test. It's just like they're testing it out. Really, what you should be worried about is the real thing. Do you know what I mean? If we ever did have an emergency, it's obviously to do with a WER situation or whatever. That's when you should be worrying. But this is just a test thing to keep people safe. Go drink a coffee. Mary, there's a new conspiracy theory going around saying that it's a frequency test that is going to activate some virus within some people, but I don't believe it. Oh, it's a load of shit. What a load of codswallop. For God's sake. The world's gone potty. The world's gone absolutely potty. If you believe something, you see, the thing is, because we're so ascending. 2 minutes. We're so ascending, so you could actually manifest your own reality. So if you're sitting there worrying about something like that, you could make yourself bloody crazy and create bad luck. We need to get into the law of attraction. We need to raise the vibrations. There's like an hysteria what's set into place to keep people locked in that fear mode. But I mean, if you're worried about, high pitch, like with animals and that, just turn the bloody thing off. Do you know what I mean? It'll be absolutely fine. I'll pull cards out on it as well. But there is going to be a situation, but it'll be a separate situation. That's what I'm saying to you, but it's going to be afterwards. Get the 10th and the 9th. Oh, I'm being shown birds here. Lots of birds. Worry with birds and chickens. I don't know what that is. Hope it's not a bird flu or something like that. A lot of cruelty what's been going on with animals, hasn't there? Oh, it's a heated outdoor cat house, Johnny. That sounds good. You should set up a funding page, Johnny. Why don't you do that? Set up a funding page. You can do it online on Facebook and that. Do you know what I mean? Paper Girl, Louise, your last video got cut down to 1 hour, 11 minutes on Sunday here in Canada. Yeah, but if you go back on, then I've got another 2 streams after that. I kept shutting it down because me screen kept freezing. So I did do like the 3 hours. It's in 3 separate bits. So you'll have to check it out, Purple Girl. I don't know if you'll see it with not being a subscriber, but there is 3 streams on there. That's strange. I've got 9C, and I don't know what that means. That's like 9 centigrade. That could mean many things. 9C. 9C. Or maybe it's on the 9th. There's going to be some big news with the letter C. It could be a person or a place. Right, okay. Well, I see kickoffs coming in around France. More French stuff. Trouble brewing in Australia to do with this voice referendum. But I see blocks is it's trying to get past. There's like blocks to get it in. Somebody, a very dear client of mine, had emailed us to look into the Akashics of Australia. And I possibly will do that on Sunday night. But I feel like I need to do Akashics of Earth at some point in a video. If it does get past, there'll be blocks to stop it. I don't feel it'll go through. And it's an energy thing, what's been stuck on Australian land, and it's to do with karmic roots. And of course, there's a hidden agenda with it. I see marching in Australia. I see protests. But I don't feel nothing's going to come from. I feel at the end result, there's too many blocks. And this is for Australia. What I want to do for Australia is I want to send out healing and blessings for their summer to come, which will be, a lot of the rest of the world will be the winter months, because I worry for bushfires with the little koalas, and so they could face some extreme weather, heat this summer. And I'm also getting big news to do with like Fiji Island, or some little island off from Australia. If it's not Fiji, it's another little island like that. I'm actually seeing another tropical island where there could be storms hit. And I'm seeing tsunami. I'm getting the 26th, 27th, 28th. I'm seeing satellite in sky. And there's so much going on in our sky that we do not know, because there's technology what's being held back. But some of this is sort of controlling weather patterns. I'm sort of seeing this in this crystal ball. Remember, this is my take on it. I'm seeing the animals running again across the plains of Africa. The lions and that. Elephants. Poaching. Horrible things to do with poaching, what needs to be stopped. So every country is going through some sort of purge. So that's like Australia. This has been like underlying problems for a long time. And once you start squeezing that spot, all the gunk comes out. So you've got problems to come. And one of the biggest ones going to be the UK. Because by God, there's been so much what's been taken away from the British people. And we've just been very compliant. And one of them was the right to bear arms. It still lies there, all these old laws, which the Tory government changed in that. Mind you, where I live, it would be like the Wild West if they had the right to bear arms up here. Deary God. I mean, when you're going just down the road, you've got the farmers which bear the arms because they can. But, yeah, it's another story. But I do feel that there's going to be, it's that Guy Fawkes energy. It's that Guy Fawkes energy to do with the UK, what is rumbling. And economy is coming out of this crystal ball very strong tonight. So there's going to be problems with economy. I do believe that the UK could face power outages this winter. Obviously, there could be a rise again with gas, electricity. I hope this doesn't happen, but I want to see prep. But there's going to be marching and protesting. I'm sure I've been seeing this for a little while. So it could be a lot of different things. Ambulance service, paramedics, police, teachers, there's a lot of marching, a lot of protests to happen. Civil servants. Petrol. I don't know why I'm drawn to petrol. And this is coming in for the UK and for parts of Europe. I want to say, get your petrol for your cars, because I don't know what the hell is going on there, but there could be some problems there with a shortage of petrol or something. Fuel. 27th, 28th. Going back into the satellites and space. My God, there's absolutely loads, and I don't think we realise how many satellites are up in space. I don't know how many Elon Musk's put up there, but there's a lot of activity going off up in space. Yeah, I get that Guy Fawkes feeling. And of course, if anybody doesn't know what Guy Fawkes is, it was a man called Guy Fawkes, and he attempted to blow up Parliament in the 1600s. Him and his crew. And with so much gunpowder, and they got caught. But ever since then, the British people have celebrated Guy Fawkes with bonfires and fireworks, that type of thing. And I get that energy, what hasn't gone away. That energy has not gone away. Remember the 5th of November. I'm going to pull some cards out on the 5th of November, because it's obviously my home country. This has just come to us. It's like something about a document or a piece of paper, and like, why did Biden let it go through? Why did he do that? Why did he push it through quick? There's going to be absolute hell on. There's something coming, like to do with a scandal, to do with a document or a piece of paper. Watch for that. Remember when I was a kid, I mean, there'd be a lot of people in this audience who were in the UK, used to go around knocking at the doors asking for a penny for a guy. You'd collect money in that. And we would light a bonfire, and put the guy on the top. It's quite gross, really, what we did. It was a bit like a ritual, really. But then again, the UK is steeped with witchcraft. It's steeped with a lot of druidism and all of that type of thing. Do you know what I mean? And then get the potatoes, but the potatoes were bigger then. So you get a potato like that, and then stick it in the fire with a fork thing, and then we'd sit and have baked potatoes around the fire. And it was cold then, So is Ireland escaped in witchcraft as well? Yes. So all the isles, you've got, that's something else you see, because it used to be England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales. And then it was Old England, and it got changed to the United Kingdom. And what they've done is that with them changing it, it's changed. They've wrote new rules, because if you go back to the Old English and Irish and the Scottish and the Welsh laws, we as the people had more rights within them laws. So really, they've changed them. They've just I don't know if they've confiscated them or hidden them, but they shouldn't have done that. Law's a law. It's a bit like what you've got in the US to do with the Founding Fathers. But we've got some silly laws over here, and some laws that you wouldn't even use. I mean, it's not against the law. A pregnant woman can pee in a policeman's hat. I mean, policeman doesn't even well, they might wear a hat. I haven't seen a police with a hat on for ages. But that's a law that if you peed in if you're pregnant and you need a pee, like a wee-wee, you can pee in the UK in a policeman's hat. Haha. Do you know what I mean? And it's not against the law. Right, what was I doing the cards for again? Was it for November the 5th, wasn't it? Police officers are getting younger. But I mean, even they've had all their rights taken away. You know, they used to get like police houses. And it's, they don't get that now, I don't believe. You know what I mean? There's ridiculous, nonsensical laws in the US too. Yeah, I can imagine. So yeah, Ireland is steeped with it, witchcraft. And I'm getting that song, which I love, you know, I am my mother's savage daughter. And it just goes back to all the druids and going back to who we are in the UK. But we're not just the original Anglo-Saxons and the Scottish witches and the masters and the, you know, the lords and the ladies. We are also multicultural now. So there's no getting away from that. So you've got that whammy as well as the druids and the Viking energy here. So we are a force to be reckoned with. And there's been a massive shift in an awakening in the United Kingdom since the last lockdowns, because people now won't take the Kool-Aid. They won't drink it anymore like they did the last time. They won't. So they will, if they try to do this, which I'm going to have a look, there will be protests in the UK. There will be riots, protests. You think France was bad? There is a mass awakening happening. And don't forget, I speak to a lot of people. The younger generation, you know, a lot of the younger generation complied, you know, went ahead and took the, and now they won't do it again. Yeah. So everyone's on their different levels, you know what I mean? But we've got the star card here, and that's like the UK people standing up for what's right. It's economy. Something's going down with economy. We've got the best possible decision here. We've got lies. A lot of lies is out there. A lot of lies. A lot of intel's lies as well. But something is brewing. Me as a shaman, as a healer, a medium clairvoyant, I'm feeling something is not quite right. And it's healing. And it's brewing. So it has to come out to get better. To have a clean up, you've got to get rid of you'll get a mess. It's like when you're decorating. But that's the horse and the hounds. That's the hounds in the UK. All the hunting. Then you've got the mourn, you've got the deceit. That's like the British swords clashing together. I get like King Arthur, the Three of Swords. Is anything going to happen on there? It's more after the 5th of November. I'm picking up with the 5th of November. It's more like a shift in consciousness. And actually, what I want to say is that there's going to be bigger news out of the UK with the 5th of November to do with elsewhere. That could be around Trump, or it could be the US, you know, or bigger news abroad, overseas somewhere. All right. And I'm also getting the Mediterranean energy, what I was seeing earlier on, and where I could see rubble around Italy or Turkey. Like I got like that sort of earthquake energy there. So I don't actually feel nothing crazy is going to happen on the 5th of November. It's more about the whole concept of what happened with the 5th of November. That energy hasn't gone away, and it could be, it's bubbling. But it's coming through people's souls of our ancestors and how we are. So we as collective, wherever we are living in the world, you know, we're playing a part of this. We're playing a part of this energy. So if you're in the midst of it all, where it's all crazy and you can't bear it, just try to lift your consciousness, because that one more little light helps to shift this energy. Does that make sense? We're cups, we've got to decide if our cups are half full or they're half empty, and to shift. But I also feel we can practice the law of attraction and still be warriors, where we're standing no nonsense, really. That's like the chalice. That always reminds me of like the Lord of the Rings. And that's what's happening in the UK at the minute. It's like, where are all the hobbits? Where, like, the hobbits, you know, am I getting ready for something? That's what it feels like over here. But there's a very Harry Potter energy here. And I mean, we all dabble. If we're into this, you know, we can do our spells, be it either light, dark or grey, right? Magic is about tapping in to out of that fifth dimension, working with planets, working with herbs, and you can do amazing things with magic. But there's also the dark side to magic. But that is what I am, and anybody who's in the field I'm in, they will tell you it's heavy at the minute over here. I feel there's an energy of like a devilish energy. I don't know, I can't put my finger on it. It's dark. So we've just got to find the druids within us to push it back. Because where the dark operators can work with the magic, the light operators can work with the magic too, to push it away. Do you know what I mean? So we can push it away with our smudging sticks and being in the nature. And I just think that don't feed into anything, be it either if it's magic or it's intel or what anyone's saying, because even words a spell. We've just got to stand within our power, like the Lord of the Rings. Recommend you watch that. Yeah, I'm going to have a movie night and watch that again. You know, we're like that. And I do believe the world was like that once. Like the Lord of the Rings. So we're up against this darkness. Oh no, I love the Lord of the Rings. But I don't actually live far away. Well, I'm saying not far away. About 10 miles away or more. But it's not far. From Alnwick Castle, where they filmed Harry Potter. And when my dad was writing his book and he was living in Edinburgh, he used to go to this cafe where the girl who wrote Harry Potter used to be in the cafe at the same time, because she used to drop her kids off at school and then go to this cafe and write Harry Potter, where my dad was sitting in this cafe where the author was who was writing Harry Potter. But yeah, it's just when you're a Brit, you're used to it. You're used to it, you know, the castles and that energy. It's instilled in me, you know. But we also, as Brits, have this edge about it. Doesn't matter what culture you come from. I'm on about Brits. That we keep calm and we carry on. Because we're very superstitious people. And we understand there's loads of tricks out there. We understand there's loads of intel tricks out there. So we tend to keep our boots firmly on the ground. There's a lot of Harry Potters over here, should I say. And when not all witches are bad. And I just think that my advice that we need to be around nature on Halloween and not feed into it. Not feed in. Use your intuition. Jazz in Twitch tonight is saying, I believe what happened in the Lord of the Rings was what actually happened in the past. Yes. Shall I pull some cards out on it? Because I do believe there's a race of people who are the Elvins as well. Because when I've remote viewed and I've gone onto starships, I've seen Elven people, you know. A lot of these films, you know, could be shown with the truth. But then even filmmakers and writers, or everyone's connected to source, so it might not be that they literally have the intel. It could be that there's a higher source, and it's God who's given with the ideas to these filmmakers and angels out of this physical world. That's about ideas. I know the little hobbit houses. So that's how they are channeling, and they're putting it into film work. It's channeling. It's not just, you know, like people who watch me doing channeling when I'll go into a trance and I'll channel. Psychic channeling. Channeling is music, it's art, it's creative art, you know, like writing and stuff like that. It's channeling. Because we're all part of God. We're all part of source. Yeah, channeling through writing. So yes, I want to say yes, it was changed. And I've talked about this before, where I believe that we are in the 9th gate of civilization. And there's been many Earths. And I believe that Earth is a lot older than what we know. I've talked about this before. Franco, I saw elven people while practicing porthole work with ET, yeah. So there's like, I know that's the lovers, but I say there's Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve. And it was money and manipulation and control. But there is a lot of hidden stuff, yeah. A lot of hidden stuff about our past. Mary, I believe I could be connected to fairies. My ancestors came from Ireland. It's very possible. Have you seen Wheel of Time about dark and light? No. Is that a film? So the UK is going to it's like that calm. It's like there's bound to be Brits in this audience tonight, isn't it? It's like that calm before the storm. But we're like that. And we're just keeping calm and we're carrying on. And we're going to the supermarket and get more extra tins. And we're just being nice to our neighbours. And we're getting on with our life. We're getting on with our life. We're mowing our lawns on a Sunday morning. But we're still, we might look like we're operating normal, but it doesn't mean that we're not aware. Do you know what I mean? We're not sitting in front of the bloody next intel and freaking out. We're getting on with things. That's what we do as Brits. And I think that's the energy what I'm feeling at the minute is that we'll have to take our power back. We're going to get some huge downloads that are coming in very, very soon. And not just for the UK, I'm talking about global. Because some of you who's watching in this audience could have British or Scottish or Irish blood. Do you know what I mean? It's running through our veins. So say, for example, me, right? I'm a bit of a Heinz 57. I've got a mixture in me. So I've got Irish in this. I've got a bit of everything in this. I've got German in this. So if something's happening in a certain part of the world, or you could get triggered by that if it's not healed. Does that make sense? It's like I've had my ancestry done. Right? I don't know if it's correct because I was thinking of getting it done again. But apparently I've got no Britishness. I'm more European. And I've got Middle Eastern in it, like sort of, like Middle Eastern, like Iranian and all of that, like over that way. And I couldn't understand why I was getting triggered by why they were forcing the women to be covered up in Iran and that. It was really upsetting us. And I'm going to go and get it done again to see if it's correct. And if that's the case, it's because it's something within my bloodline what needs healed. Does that make sense? And this is why I think there's a lot of big problem to do with the US, to do with racism, because it needs to be healed from both sides. It's about unhealed, bad stuff what is resurfacing. But you can't paint over the cracks, it'll come back. So it's got to be healed in order for humanity to forgive and to move on. Are you a Heinz 57 as well? Well, I thought I was going to have a load of Welshness with having the name Jones, but apparently not. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, well, the way I sent it, I didn't send it with my name. I was very, very careful, Star Moon Stars. So if you were a little bit dubious, you could actually, it's still your DNA and it's going to come back with a different email. You can create a different email for it. But they don't have to know if it's you if you change your name when you spit into it or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I like that. An old Scottish saying, we are all Jock. What was it? Jock Tamson what? Tamson Waynes. That's so funny. Our Jones family line goes back to Dutch Irish. Aye, I've got Irish in us. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're healing old ancestry roots. I'm working with a few different decks here, so this is interesting. Got another hyphenate card come out. When the Lovers cards come out, it means that there's big news coming out, but I don't know if it's just on November the 5th or just after. Just after. And I believe it's going to be explosive. Explosive. The finale of the finale, what they're going to put in around Trump. But there's going to be a big twist with it at the end. Mary, my bloodline goes all the way back to Mac Gibbons and the first bloodline. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to go and get mine done again. Because you just don't know, do you? But if it is the case, I'm 60% Middle Eastern. Well, that just in me blood. More than the rest. It's a bit strange, isn't it? My DNA, that is amazing, Ladybug. I am 99.9% Irish wild. That's amazing. I always wanted to have a little bit of Native American in us. Because I'm very connected with the Native Americans, you know. So you've got what runs through your bloodline. And then you've got what comes through your soul memory, which is totally different. Your soul memory is what is in your records, in your Akashic records. And I've talked about this before. So basically, the whole world at the minute is going through a massive purge. And everybody's like starting to, raise their consciousness, and everybody's there in their own truth. but their own truth might clash with somebody else's truth. And it's like agree to disagree, but to heal everything as well. Well, I had a little bit of unknown, so I'm going to go and get it back done again, June Ritchie. So that's interesting. June Ritchie on Twitch thinks I've got a little bit of Native American in us. We are all related, aren't we? We're all connected. I'm getting that hing. Land of hope and glory. Do, 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 do. I get a lot of lyrics, guys, to people who are new following us, and it's like normally messages, and I get little to I, my being of light, will come in and give us sort of global messages. I've just been given here, there's going to be some big news coming in around 45, and also X, which is Twitter. X. Maybe more scandals to come, or intel to come out. Talking about Ireland, I'm getting potatoes. Potatoes. Could there be a shortage of potatoes or some problem with potatoes? We need to get grown, guys. We need to get grown in my garden. Potatoes are very easy to grow. I'm also feeling that there's going to be something about Truth Social. You can plant spinach in the winter. Well, I do. As you know, I've got a vegetable patch. I need to go and sort it out, like. David Icke was ahead of his time. I don't agree with everything he says, but he's got a lot of stuff right. Yeah, we need to start growing my potatoes. The Emperor card. I just get like Old England what I've been going on about. So there's something about that. They're going to try and force the British people into a situation. Are they going to try and force us with a vote, or we're going to have to vote for something? A bit like what the Australians are going through at the minute with the voice referendum. So, but it's like people are starting to talk about old laws and stuff like that, and how can they do this? So I think that it has to happen to change everything. Like I say, you can't brush over the gaps, they always come back. So that's definitely the UK to come. Then you've got the sheep. You've got the sheep. You've got the castle in the background. Very good. You've got the children playing, happy and free. That's the king, isn't it? The king. There may be some big news in around the royal family. Are they like purple orchids there? Purple orchids there. The trees, no matter what you think of I keep saying Prince Charles, it's King Charles, isn't it? I can't see it in a fit. But he is into planting these trees and stuff like that. And I do believe he's made a lot of mistakes since the Queen died. But I don't think he's going to be in long. When I'm talking about mistakes, I'm talking about WAF stuff. And don't even get me going on them lot. Do you know what I mean? I don't even know. I mean, they're not even a government thing. They've just sort of a group what's got together. Do you know what I mean? That's interesting. Eleanor Denan says all negatives were brought by the anarchy, and the anarchy didn't create humans. And the anarchy didn't create humans. There is possibly a lot more to that, yeah. yeah, I've been thinking about planting some more potatoes. I think I don't know why I'm getting potatoes. Maybe there's going to be something about a problem with potatoes or a disease with potatoes or something, or we could have a big freeze this year in the UK or parts of the US, but we need to plant potatoes. I like the sweet potatoes as well, they're nice. But the Emperor card's coming out very, very strong. And I always want to get the sheep. I just get like a biblical feeling. My dad, because he did the book, The Truth, and I'll link it afterwards in the YouTube description after the thingy. It's called The Truth by Heather Jones. My mother wrote it for my dad, but it's my dad's words because my mother's the author. And he was just here on Monday and he brought his pictures again from when he was up at Thurso, and he had gone up to the site up at Thurso where he believes where Jesus' bones is, and a lot of the information what's been hidden there. And up at this gravesite, he was up there, and it's in the middle of nowhere, and it's near Devil's Pool. And he had gone up, and then he went in, and he goes, what the bloody hell's that? And he was like looking, and there was a sheep, a ram, standing in this graveyard with the gate locked in the middle of nowhere. And he's took a picture of it. It's hilarious. I'll get the picture of him and I'll show you it on the next show. It's so funny. And so I says, Dad, did you let it out? He goes, I let it out. But it's like, he must have wandered far, this sheep, to get all the way up into the Highlands, in the middle of nowhere, literally. Yeah. And you can actually Google it. So if you Google Thurso and Devil's Pool, so you've got Devil's Pool, which is a drop where apparently divers get in and they don't get back out again. It's so deep. It goes right to the depths of earth, okay? And there's myths and legends of there being the water keltie in there, like the sort of like the water horse and all of that. But just near the cliff, there's an angel, and she's standing there, and she's looking over her shoulder, to the Devil's Pool. And then where she is, it's a triangle like that, like a diamond shape of graves, unmarked graves. I believe some of them are the Knights Templars in this actual graveyard. And it's just really, really old and quite scary. Some of them have got like crypts and look like sort of Dracula's castle, sort of like, really spooky. And it's got like an old creaky gate and that. And it's just literally in the middle of nowhere. And the sheep was standing on its own in this place. And I just thought it was weird. The Lamb of God, isn't it? And when he goes there, because he hasn't been back for a while because he's not well now, and he's back in Newcastle where I live. But each time he's gone there, he's got chased by loads of midges, like locusts and midges, and he's convinced that there's something up there. But I've also got another friend who doesn't live far away from there, and I'll quickly tell you this, and we'll have a break, okay? And he had FaceTimed me with his other friend, and gone up there, and we were doing a prayer for Earth. Like, I was sitting in Newcastle, he was up in the Highlands of Scotland, and there was somebody else there as well. Then all of a sudden there was like this mist, and it was like a manifestation, and it looked like Christ coming out of this mist. Oh my lordy, I mean, all the hairs are going up just talking about it. And it was so magical. And there's something about that place up there. It is so magical. I will need to go up there. I haven't literally physically been up there because I get car sick, and you can't actually fly up there. I could go by train halfway, but after that you've got to like drive up, and you're talking, it's way up. into the Highlands, okay? Higher than Loch Ness. And basically you're going like round cliffs, you know what I mean, to get into this place and that. So if I went all the way up there, there's no way I could just go up there and come back down. I'd have to stay up there. I would like to go up there and hire like camper vans and stay there and like have an excavation up there to go digging, where my dad believes what's going on there, but it's private land and it's owned by the Sinclairs. So you know what I mean. So you're breaking the law going up there, because you know, I can't really go knocking at the Sinclair's door and say, by the way, can I just go digging in your land because I believe Christ's bones is there, because they tell us to bugger off, because there could be part of hiding it. We don't know, do it? We really don't know. So it's private land, so you can't just go digging up there. So it's very magical up there, and it's got one of them points up there. It's a bit like Stonehenge, where you could go and do great earthwork. But that's what's happened at the minute, and there's key points around Earth, and that's the old system falling. That's the old system falling. I do believe Jesus' bloodline's still going, yes. Yeah, I really do. So when I look at that, I look at like the monetary system, and I don't believe all the banks are going to go down at all, but I believe it's the fight of the fittest, and some banks will join, some corporations will join. Yeah, you can't dig without a permit. I wouldn't do that anyway. I'm not like that. So yeah, it's a bit of a planned thing to go up there for me. Do you know what I mean? Some people could just fly up there and then drive back the next day, but I couldn't, because I would be literally with my head in a bucket, because I get extreme car sickness travelling too far in a car. Do you know what I mean? I get like motion sickness. But I think if you want to go all the way up there, you wouldn't want to be racing back down. You'd want to be staying up for a few days, wouldn't you? Because it's just so taking the beauty of the whole place. But yeah, that's the whole system falling. But it doesn't mean that, you know, how other people have said that the royal family is going to fall and the whole banking system is going to fall. No, it's not. Right? It's not. It's just the rot what's going to fall. And there's good and bad in every bit of every family, every corporation, that type of thing. But there's certain people that are purely rotten to the core. I've got to be careful what I say, because I'm streaming on YouTube, and you know what YouTube's like. But there's certain people I wouldn't trust as far as I could throw them. You know, like certain doctors and, you know, beginning with the letter F, in certain shrub people. Certain people. With sort of fences as their second name. What, open? So we just have to watch for things to slowly unfold, but that energy hasn't gone away. It's just morphed into other corporations where they're trying to construct way, to control way. But like I said, they'll have to face all these different societies and different people within the public. And my understanding is with the UK is the United Kingdom. So you've got the United States as like a larger version, which are you're our allies. So yous aren't going to stand for any shit either. So, but people have grown past it, yeah, the monarchy and the royalty institutions, yes. But I don't think they're going to go down. I think they're going to change, but I don't think they're going to go down. And I've talked about this before. I talked about this on Sunday night. Whilst there is the crown in the UK, The Crown has the power to take the government out, the British Parliament out. Not many people know that. Just like that. They can take them out. So whilst the Crown is here, it is, in a strange sort of way, protecting the British people. Because if we didn't have the Crown, right, then there's every way that they could go more rogue and go more communism. Yeah, Dr. Ouchie. Yes. Ouch. Yes. So I just think that it's just not as black and white as it looks. And I just think that I always believe that people get away with things here that don't get away with things when they go over. But there is going to be, some will be exposed. Mark my words. I have never felt this so strong. Right, come into my gypsy caravan. Mark my words. Some people will be exposed, but not all. Some people are just going to be like maneuvered out and slip away. But what we've got to do is, like Jesus said, we've got to find our faith. Yeah, there's always two sides to the penny, yeah. Like, not saying we're all going to be walking on water, but we haven't got to feed into the negative what's taking place at the minute. Raising the vibration is going to shift a lot. It's going to shift a hell of a lot, because there's something, the veil is so thin at the moment, and I do believe that we could shift timelines. By raising my vibration. I really do. Yeah. So whilst the World Economic Forum is, is trying to take over everything, not for long. God is good. God is good. Let's have a break. And let's hope I don't lose the viewers. I'm going to quickly go for 5 minutes or a few minutes, okay? I'm going to go make a cup of tea. Go make your cuppas, right? Your popcorn, whatever, and I'll be back. I'm going for a quick ciggy break. And then we're going to do some more world prediction stuff. We need to all unify and come together. Because every ism is something what needs healed. Every ism is something what needs healed. And I do believe that there's something great. I can't put, it's godly. It's something that we're going to start to feel and experience. And it's going to start to shift in within the next couple of months, matter of weeks to months. It's like not like a rapture energy. It's a new wave of consciousness, of empowerment. So go make your cuppas, whatever you want to do, and I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to put my hometown on, what my brother took as a photographer of our lovely bridge at night, and I'll be back soon. I'm going to go and see what these kitties are up to. Oh, do you like that? He's got more as well. So if anybody doesn't know who Paul is my late brother. God bless him. God love him. And he was a photographer and an artist. So the picture is what Paul took. I'll be back in a few minutes, okay? And I'll not be long. I'll just put this on. been getting downloads as I've been off air there. So I'm going to start again with the world predictions. My guides keep saying it's about economy and food and light and heat. This is where we're at the minute. And we're watching just greedy people just rip each other apart on media and social media, and it's very toxic at the moment, isn't it? Very, very toxic. And this is why we need to try and stay in our light, which is very important. Can you hear us? You can't hear anything, June Ritchie. Might have to come back out and come back in. Is that it? Looks like fireworks have started in DC. What's happened? Fireworks are going off. Or what's happened? Please fill me in, Marie. Divine Power. I saw a fine girl smoke an electric cigarette in a metro today. I was shocked. You refresh the screen. My cats have fell asleep in my bedroom. I left the bedroom door open, and I've got a drawer underneath my bed, and it's got like linen in. And I leave it open and they go in there. They love it. They're snuggled in the bed, underneath the bed. And I expect that's where they'll go on November the 5th when the fireworks are going off over here, because it gets like Beirut over here, you know what I mean? They're trying to stop it for... it depends where you live as well, you know, it's got a lot to do with it. But it depends. It's like they're trying to make it more just for like paid events. But people are buying them. They sell them in the supermarkets and that. And people are setting them off in their gardens, which is fair enough for their kiddies. But then you've got nutcases running around the streets setting rockets off. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, they've gone to sleep again. Hello there, Angel Healing. Yeah, I felt Kevin, I did call that out a few months back. I did feel that would happen with Kevin McCarthy. I'll look into Florida for you. Many animals are afraid over here. I don't know if it's the same over where your way is, where you've got when you set your fireworks off in America. Where is it you have? Is it Independence Day or something? You set them off, don't you? Because you don't have guy folks, do you? But apparently they had guy folks in Australia in the Bandit. Because I was talking to somebody, one of my friends over there, and he was saying that. You've got the 4th of July, yeah. So, yeah, the animals don't like it. And like horses in the fields and stuff like that, it can be really awful. It's bad for the wildlife, exactly. So let's get started. Let's see what's ahead again. And we need to prep. We need to try not to panic buy, but try to, because I do believe we've been wasting our money on food as well, but I do believe that we need to prep, even if it's just for a month's worth of, just in case anything goes wrong, just in case we've got something to keep us going. I think Matt Gaetz has lost the House for the Republicans 2025. Ooh. See, the ball, you can't ask it questions, but I'll see when I can pick it up. I'll have to pull some more cards out. That's so funny what Alita Littles put here. No wine for this gal. I go bonkers and get so sick. exactly. I'm the same. I just go ridiculous on wine. I can have a few glasses if I'm like out for a meal, but if I downed a bottle, I just go ridiculous. You know what I mean? I just go like hysterical and ridiculous and show myself up. So wine and me do not mix. Okay. There's like this sort of virus of a germ what's been released metaphorically, and it's got within, well, it looks at the minute apparent at the minute in the ball what's happening, and it's splitting the Republican Party apart. But I also feel it's gonna start to fall apart within the Democratic side as well. But there's a big sever in the road to do with the Republican Party at the minute. It's like a knife what's going through, and it's got like lines coming off it. There's so much toxicity, and there's so much scandals to come out still, and not just around Trump, to do with other Republicans. I'm getting Texas and Vegas, and something about oil, like some big news to come out with oil or gas company. So what I was getting this strange download when I was sitting on the loo before. I always get things when I'm sitting on the loo. I don't know why, but I just do. I seen Hillary Clinton's face, and I seen like lots of people, and it looked like they were all gathering at a funeral. And it's not to do with the past, when they were all passing around that. Talked about this on Sunday night. Or was it the last feed I had done on YouTube? I think it was, where I had said that the letters that everybody received weren't what you thought they were. It was another situation like that coming up, but slightly different. But I see her face, and whatever it is, it's like she's in a situation or around a situation where something's to come out there. It could be the funeral to come up, it could be that, or it could be something completely different. But watch for Hillary Clinton coming onto World News with something there, unless she's going to make an announcement on something. But I got like lots of red flowers. I was getting like a funeral energy. I'm getting the 9th, the 14th, the 17th and the 10th. Remember that, with big intel to come out. Big news to come out. But where there's going to be something what's going to come out around about that time, there's going to be something big. And I don't know if it's connected with her or elsewhere. So watch for that as well. Watch for something to come out. I see a big tower, like a big constructive building. And there's something about that on World News as well, or something big to come out about that. Problems with it. And then I see a flat building, and it looks very windy, and I see windmills around it, and a flag blowing. And then another company, and they're blaming one of the companies on the other company. And it's entwined to do with the Middle East, and I'm getting like Dubai. And then I'm seeing like an Arab man. He's got like all his headdress on and his flowing cloak. Like the ones that were in Qatar and that, you know what I mean? Like Middle East. Rich men. Something about oil or a business and a scandal to come out. It's all entwined. Then I see, they're trying to bring Trump in on this, but it's got something to do with Jared Kushner. There's a link. CEO. Big news coming out with somebody to do with the CEO of some big, large media company. Then I'm seeing Twitter, which is now X, and I'm seeing Elon Musk, and he's laughing. He's like laughing. He looks like, like the Joker of Batman. He's like, ha 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 ha. He's like laughing like that. I don't know why I'm seeing him like that. It's like an energy coming off him. Like being defiant. There's so much scandals to come out before the US next year election. And of course, there's different timelines, you know what I mean? Running up to the next US election. But this ball doesn't seem to be looking very good for Trump in here tonight. But it's as if like he's been put through some sort of mincer. And if he comes out the other end, it'll be a miracle. Right? But it's still not ruling out that he could run. But they're going to really try and put him through the mincer between now and next spring. And Jed's saying if he makes it, and I don't know what that actually means. Yeah, they've minced him for years, haven't they? Construction buildings, big companies to come down. Oil tankers. I don't know what I'm getting here. It's really, really weird. I mean, it might sound all very cryptic, but it'll all fall into place there. I'm seeing the red arrows flying in the UK with some big gathering. One's good, one's not so good. Where there'll be a horse event, that could be something to do with the UK. I mean, we've got, I wonder when the next Derby is, Derby Day, or everybody goes and puts their posh hats on and they go. The Queen used to like to go and she used to like bet on the horses and all of that. I don't know if it's something like that or polo or something to do with horses anyway. At that point, everything's going to come down or come out in the US, and at the same time there's going to be big news with Australia will be waving flags and celebrating or accomplishing something, and there'll be huge news to do with the UK around about that point. Everything's going to start to fall into place, and when it does come out, it's going to bring up old cases from the past, like backtracking to the past. Right, somebody in the audience tonight asked us to look into Florida. When I look at Florida, I see changes with the governor. Or something big coming out with them. But I'm also seeing a lot of water there. And I've seen this vision before, and I feel it's Florida. That's why you get the snappers, don't you? Is it the crocodiles or the alligators? I've seen them floating in streets or in certain parts of streets. Floods. Warning to come. Storm warning. Restriction. I also want to send healing blessings out because there could also be like another shooting, and I don't know if I'm looking at It is the US, but I don't know if I'm looking at somewhere in Florida. I'm also very drawn to big news coming in around Hawaii. I see a man, it looks like a darkish man, quite heavy built, got like a rapper energy. Or somebody who would look like that, like a rapper type of look. Targeting. Like a sudden death or like a tragedy or something. Or there's something to come out with another situation to do with the black guy. What was that black guy what got killed by the police in the US? Like a situation like that to come out again. Trudeau, I see in trouble, and I'm actually feeling that I see him stepping down or leaving, Big changes to come in for Canada. And children just appearing. Yeah, George Floyd. I see it could be another situation like a George Floyd or something to do with a rapper. It's like it's something awful, and I see it on World News, and it's like, I hope it doesn't happen, but I'm seeing a situation like that. Children just appearing from somewhere. It's like they're gone and now they've appeared. It's like they've been plonked back. It's like a weird situation. And I tell you what, there's going to be some strange UFO sightings. You know how you had that situation, was it somewhere near Mexico or somewhere, where they were being taunted in this village with they said they were extraterrestrials. I see another situation like that somewhere else, but there's going to be a lot of sightings this year of extraterrestrials. Well, it's funny you should say that, Angels in My Hair in Twitch. Kanye West ? He's off his meds. I don't know. It could be that. I do get something strange with him. Yes, Peru. Sorry. I got it wrong. Peru. So, but there's something brewing on left, right and centre. And it's like where a situation will happen with somebody, like you'll get conspiracy theorists will jump in and say, oh, it's this, what's happened to them. But there's always more sides to a penny. There's always more sides to something, should I say. Children just being, like a bunch of children just being found. It's going to be something what's going to be on World News there. I'm seeing a little blonde boy, and he's so cute. And it's like they're searching for him. It could be the US. It's funny. It's like, we've had that recent situation with the 8 passengers on YouTube with that family. And I believe she's been put in prison or waiting a trial or something with her friend. For anyone who doesn't know what I'm going on about, she was somebody who was huge on YouTube, and she got done for for trapping her children in the house and tying them up with duct tape. It's just awful. Do you know what I mean? Like cruelty towards them. But I see this little blonde boy, and I don't know if he's coming forward and he's going to be on World News with a connection a bit like that. I'm not saying it's linked with that, or this is something completely different. But I see a little blonde boy where people are looking for him, and it's got a connection to do with the neighbour's family. I want you to remember that. I hope this doesn't happen. I'm going to send angels out there that this does not happen. But I hate it when I see stuff like this, because I see a situation like that. Also, I don't know why I'm getting Coca-Cola. Because we've got like Christmas coming soon. You've got like the Coca-Cola advert, you know, with a bit like Santa Claus van, like the Coca-Cola van with Santa Claus on. That advert, which used to change every year. I don't know if they still have it. Now, I don't know if there's going to be some big news to do with that firm or something about Coca-Cola, so watch for that. And I'm also seeing big news to do with a blonde celebrity female in the US. Just like that. Now you see us, now you don't. Don't know what that means, but it's just like that. So some things are out of... This is where we've gone wrong, you see. Like, things have gone wrong in this world, and we've blamed the dark controllers, which some of it has been them. But we need to stop doing that and stop making them out to be so powerful. But some things is above all of that, and it's godly. It's godly. And remember, everybody's playing out their own karma, going through their own karmic debts. And sometimes it could just be personal stuff why things happen. But it's like the heavens are waiting to take another star. And I feel quite upset. Or many will be upset. Economy. And I've seen this, I'm not sure if I've seen this on Sunday night or one of my other videos I did on Will Predictions, but it's like it's all lit up and it's like everything just goes dark. A bit like if you were standing waiting for a plane in an airport and you're watching it coming up on the screen, but it's all lit up with numbers. It's all lit up with numbers. It's like all the numbers are just gone. Could be a cyber attack. Which for big news coming in with Putin. I'm getting that saying again, hell has no fury like a woman's scorn. I'm going to pull some cards out. That gets heavy, you know, when I'm holding it. There's been many people what's left this earth plane. It's been a dreadful time over the last couple of years. We can't really guess, and I don't want to guess. I'm never told when someone's going to die. I don't work like that because I'm a healer. I'm just given a sign that there's something's going to happen. Nobody could know exactly. Do you know what I mean? Only God knows. Do you know what I mean? I was going to go drink a coffee. Okie dokie. I'm getting all predictions tonight, guys. Normally I do channeling as well, but this needs to come out. Remember the song from the 80s? I think it was the 80s when it went, feed the world, let them know it's Christmas time. I'm getting that again. But obviously when that came out the last time, it was to do with Africa, wasn't it? With the starving children, babies in Africa, Band-Aid. This time it's different. It's Christmas time. Right, so I'm getting it again, and it's to do with something global. Let's see what I'm getting. Not a time to be afraid. I need the lyrics to it. I've been getting this for a few months now, that this Christmas is going to be different, spiritual. I'll pull 7 cards out. Victory's coming. Victory is coming. We have to wake up, smell the coffee, but also getting cups tonight. Believe our cup is half full, not half empty. And it's so easy. Even I do it. I can be pessimistic. You know what I mean? Something happened today. I don't know what it was. I got told off by my mother. I had ordered some Avon, and I had ordered some little bits for me and some nice bubble bath for my daughter-in-law. And she said, the Avon's been today. And I says, okay, how much do I owe you? Because she pays the Avon lady. The Avon lady goes to her. And who the Avon lady is from California, by the way. From California, who hates Trump. So my mother quite likes her, because my mother doesn't like Trump. But when my dad's there, my dad has to keep his mouth shut because my dad likes Trump, you see what I mean? It's just one of them situations. Anyway, she had come, and apparently my stuff wasn't there, and I went, bloody typical. It's always the same for me. She says, well, you shut up. She says, you sound exactly like your nana. You sound exactly like your nana. Your nana was the same. God rest her soul. And that's because I am like my nana. And so it's instilled in, isn't it? When we have to be careful what we're saying and what we're thinking, because it's all, because I'm massively I'm trying to get into this law of attraction. So I've got a client of mine, and he's actually manifested himself to make himself a billionaire, this guy. Right? So what he said, what you've got to do is, you've got loads out there. You've got The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. You've got all the different types of law of attraction ways of doing it. He says, you take what you can, but he says, do it this way. He says, so what you do is, when you wake up in the morning, before you put your foot out onto the floor, lie there for 5 minutes, even if you know you've got the shittiest day ahead of you. And just hold on to something nice, what makes you happy. Try and hold on to something, anything. Hold on to it for 5 minutes, and then get out to bed and, have your breakfast, whatever you do, make your coffee or whatever. And then apparently your day's supposed to run smoother. But when you're lying there thinking of nice thoughts, he was writing a list down of his aims of that week. Julie Brett, if you want any Avon Louise, inbox me. All right. I like Avon. So anyway, he went from literally nothing, this guy, to a billionaire. So you've got to be aware of not what you're also thinking, it's what you're feeling. So if you're feeling like shit, and if you're manifesting, say, £1,000, right, you're not going to get that money if you're feeling shit. So you've got to be aware of what you're feeling all the time. You've got to put yourself in that sort of zone of like, that you're already there. So we've got to be so careful of what we're thinking and what we're feeling. That's coming out really strong. 8 of Swords, the Fool card. There's so much spiritual stuff going on at the minute, as well as that they're doing a massive cleanup. So there's like 2 things going on at the same time. We've got the guide. It's something what could bring the world to a halt. And I don't know why I'm getting this. The last time I got this was before the COVID thing. And that's like, like the man saving the woman, and there's all the gods behind, and the angel. Is that the angel of death? But he's looking at her, and he's like saying, no, she's not died. I'm saving her. You're not having her. I like the Faraway perfume as well by Avon, but I think they should bring back all the old-fashioned perfumes, like they've stopped Timeless. I used to like that. I used to like to wear that every day. Prayers and for the baby. What's happened? You'll definitely receive prayers. And also for all the little children, all the unborn children, all the children on the planet, the children to come in. There's prayers of protection, holy protection around all the babies in here tonight and the children. So it's not that, it's something else. Or could it be that as well? It's something to affect the economy. But I am getting a warrior feeling. And I tell you who I am getting when I'm looking at that is I'm getting Zelensky. So I don't know if it's got a situation to do with what's happened in Ukraine, or to do with around what's spouted off, like me to bring it to a head, or to do with Putin. But it's all interconnected. It's all these people, it's all the different heads all fighting for power. Because the world's changing, and we're going into a futuristic AI. So they're doing a big clean up, right? So whatever awful stuff what's been going on the borders, they're not going to be able to get away with it. But this is all about money and gold here. Everything's about money and gold. I've been saying this for a while. Black market under stuff what's not passed through, where they get the money. A lot of gold. It's a trade war, yeah. I mean, we are protected. We've got the Fool card here. We are protected. But it's something because when the Fool card comes out in the tarot, it's like the ending of the story. It's like the guy just loses everything. But then after the Fool card comes the Star. So the only way from that low is to bounce back up again. But it's something, we've got the lone man here, what's going to put us stagnant again. Prayers for baby and mother. For Anne. Angels in my hair. Hey LG, have you thought of all of us here to have a Zoom call to get to see each other? That would be nice. We'll have to do that one day, yes. Sekiro. During the World War II, the German military collected a large amount of blood from small children and transfused it into soldiers. Oh, did they? Blood transfusions for children must be regulated to prevent such situations. Oh, yes. And I must say tonight we must protect the children. There's been a bit of a hoo-ha over here in the UK where not all of the UK, part of the UK, I believe in the Midlands and parts of Birmingham in Liverpool, where parents have been getting text messages, SMS messages saying not to come into the school to get their kids because there's some sort of they've been getting threatening emails or something, and it's dangerous for you to come in to get the kids. And you've got all these angry fathers and mothers have been going on TikTok and that and saying nobody's going to stop me to get near my kids. I'd be the same, like, do you know what I mean? So are they up to something? So I'm going to look into that as well. You know what I mean? But then again, you could look at it, it's, because the world's become so crazy. Is there a threat towards children and the schools are just trying to buckle down to protect the kids? You really don't know. We must protect our children. It could be working both sides here. So I'll look into that as well, what's going on with the text messages in the UK, with the kids, with the schools. Did you hear something about that? I'm just going to ask if it is a pandemic or it's something else. Whoops. The children do have a future, Dee. And what it is, it's about, we're fighting for freedom of speech and everything, aren't we? We're fighting democracy, wherever, you know, like free to be free. This is why we're going through all of this. I actually do feel the future is a better world than what it is now. This world is so cruel. This world is so greedy. There's a lot of imbalance. And it looks worse than what it is, and it is bad. But they are going to try to cause a situation where they can have what is all one world, where they can control with. And I do believe what the AI is going into all that one world sort of AI sort of censoring, but their agenda is not going to work. It's actually going to backfire, and I actually do think we will have more power than we ever believed we could. That's what I believe. That's what my guides tell me. So this is water, guys. This is water source. Don't forget, you could go a week without eating, but not without water. And that does concern me. That really does concern me to what's in our water, what's in our tap water, or could there be a shortage of water? Because that's what the Feed the World was about, wasn't it? It wasn't just about the food, it was about the water supplies over there. And again, that's a tricky one, you know, because not everybody can afford to get an expensive filter put on the tap, you know. And bottled water now isn't cheap. And then you're buying this bottled water in, and it's coming in plastic bloody bottles, and you don't know if it's good for you. But water is so important. And I've been looking into how I can have a water system in my garden, you know, how I can do something with water. Water will be the value of gold. Never mind people saying, oh, go out and buy your gold. We've got to planting my bloody potatoes and my carrots. And, you know, stocking up on my oils and my flour and stuff like that. And our battery lights and our torches and our flasks and our hot water bottles. Honey's a good thing to have in your store cupboard, you know what I mean? And there's been talks that even bottled water can have fluoride in. We just don't know, do we? But it's something to do with water or food is coming up very, very strong. New laws of regulation will be put into place after this event. My God, what am I getting? This is within the 2-year mark. And I'm not saying this to cover myself. This is just, there's like certain things will come in at certain times, and sometimes they stop things coming in. I want to know if it's a forced event, like made to happen. Oh, I've got spirit right behind us. It is. There is something here being forced to put us into this, which is horrible. But it's like the upside down magician is something what's forcing, you know, something done on purpose, basically. But we've got the Ace of Wands here, which is actually it's going to be short. It's going to be ruthless, but we're coming out of it better. The maniacs are still running amok, exactly. That always reminds us of like the United States of America looks. You've got like that in the background there, but it's like the picture, fine. Everything's going to be fine. We rely on the water. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't buy bottled water much. I do buy it now and then because I forget. I mean, I don't know how many, if you're honest with you, how many people are in this audience. Do you drink out the tap or do you drink your bottled water? I did buy an expensive filter for my daughter-in-law and son, for my granddaughter, because I wanted her to be healthy, because she kept getting water infections, and it's been proven with kiddies that all this crap what's in the British water does not help the children's health. So I was concerned, so I went and got this filter thing, and I might go and treat myself one and go and get myself one as well. They're expensive. I really don't know. I just think it's a preference what we need to do. So Julie Brett only drinks bottled water. But a filter's supposed to be good. Yeah, you can get the water things to put in your fridge. You know what I mean? And keep filling it up that way. It's just whatever your preference is. Sweetheart 30, could water problems have something to do with maritime shipping or goods, etc.? Possible, yes. Yeah, my old fridge I had a water filter on it. So Debbie, who lives in Texas, says her water filter tastes nasty. I always liked that film. Was it Erin Brockovich with Julia Roberts, which was based on a true story? So there'll be certain states in America which maybe their water isn't very good. But I know somebody who was working within Northumbria Water over here in the UK, and the pipes are disgusting. And it's what's in the pipes, which you've got things that can't remove out the water, like cocaine, like hormones, you've got fluoride, but you've also got what's in it is like Ebola and stuff like that. It's vile, right? And we're paying for this, basically, and we're but our immune systems must be strong. That's all I can say. But then it makes you wonder, a lot of our health issues, is it from the water? So Grandma 2 in YouTube says here, Berkey water system is really good. So that, it's just doing your shopping about, that type of thing. But I'm just concerned, like, some people really rely on, well, everybody should. We all want clean water. But if there was a problem with the water, you've got like a little single parent what's living in a council flat in London or in New York or somewhere, and she's needing to do her water, to do her bottles for her baby. This is the problem. And I think if anything's going to come off, it's connected to do with water or to do with food. But I also feel that there could be like a crash to do with everything just stops in time. And when it stops, nobody knows the time. But there'll be so much happening at that point, which will bring me into sort of new earth, I'm not saying when we're going to wake up, we'll be skipping through the daisy fields. Oh, we're in new earth. It's not like that. It's a bit like a rapture energy. But then we wake up and we just know it's going to be okay. It's going to be all over world news, all over world news. That's interesting what James Jones has just put here in YouTube. I filter my drinking water and shower water. How do you filter your shower water? Oh, I think you can get the new shower heads now, can't you, to do it? This is the key. because we've been running on this system. So the numbers is the matrix. So if the numbers just all stopped for 24 hours or 48 hours or whatever, good God, could you imagine what that would do to the whole world? Suge Knight stone purifies water too. Yeah, I've heard that. And we could be in a situation like that. Remember, everything's an illusion at the minute. But go back to Adam and Eve. They had no clothes. They had no equipment. They had no cell phones, mobiles. They had no luxuries. They were naked, apparently, in a garden. They had apple trees. They had, I mean, she was told not to have the apple, but she had the apple, do you know what I mean? But there would have been other fruits there. What I'm saying to you is that we will be okay. Long as we've got water and soil and we've got a roof over our head, we can be okay. And we need some form of light and heat. They had a festival in Dubai all about water in 2016. Wasn't sure what it was all about. It's funny because I've been getting Dubai tonight for a few different reasons. And talking about Dubai, their man-made islands that they had over there, and they weren't successful. I think one of them, they're trying to get off the ground, but they've got all these man-made islands over there, which are getting flooded. I get a funny feeling about that tonight. So maybe there's going to be something coming off about that. Water and food's very important. Yeah. So it's all about economy. So that they're switching it over. We're going into New Earth. I'm going to recap this. It's the fight of who's going to get the control and the power. Because it's not as black and white as it looks, and you can't remove all the evil off the planet. It just takes time to get that balance back. We play a part of this. What we've done is we put these politicians and these leaders on pedestals, be it either for good or bad, and they're as powerful as we think they are, all right? There is going to be this new world, no matter if the good guys get in or the bad guys get in. Come here, my little doll, loving mama's little darling, mommy's girl. Hello. Say hello, mommy's little girl. Are you mama's girl? Are you all right? She's purring. It's such a beautiful princess. This is Zella. Yes, Mummy's girl. Where's your sister gone? She's so lovely. Oh, she's not happy today because she's had her nails clipped. Haven't you? Yeah, go down. Little girl. So we're going into this sort of like new earth, and they're trying to like create a situation so they can completely control it, and it's not going to work. They're going to try events, but it's going to fail. She's so pretty, isn't she? And she's getting darker as she's getting older, because when she was a baby she had little silver bits in, and she looked like she had an undertone of a stripe in her dark fur. Now she's getting blacker and blacker. She's so striking. Yeah. So we're not out of the woods yet. She's got a lovely shiny coat, hasn't she? She was actually okay. they were purring, but she could tell she wasn't happy about it, you know. All she did, because she's only a baby, she just took the little ends off. I think she's going to be quite a big cat. But they're 12 weeks now, so they're quite big. They're quite big. Yeah, it's all these different corporations. So I don't even feel the Catholic Church is going to fall. It's just everything's changing. They've got their views are going to be different. Everything's going to change. The afterlife is real, yeah. And on Thursday, what am I doing? Because sometimes I have to cancel when I'm busy. So I'm just going to check. What date is it? How many have I got coming to the house on Thursday? Sometimes I can't understand my writing, guys. You know what I mean? Hello, baby. Hello. Come on then. I don't know if I can do Thursday, guys. I'll be honest with you. Hopefully I can, but I'll put a notice out on the community website, on YouTube and Facebook, if I can't, because I don't know how many people's coming to the house on Thursday evening. What colour eyes does your cat have? I thought they were green, but they look like they're turning orange. Yes, and she's when I talk about spiritual stuff, she always comes in around, don't you? Yeah. Where's your sister gone? Especially when I talk about ETs. The pair of them like it when I talk about ETs and angels. They're not so keen on politics, these cats. But anything to do with justice, they'll come in around the situation. You think of Basat. She's just a darling, aren't you? Mummy's girl. Oh, is it love? She's like my little parrot. I know. Well, I like to give you as much as I can, do you know what I mean? But, can you hear our parent, guys? Oh no, what's so wrong? What are you crying for, baby? Oh, Mummy's darling, aren't you? Say hello to the ladies and gentlemen. So I think we'll call it a night, guys, because it's, shall I give you one more message for this week? Oh yeah, she likes, now get out me coffee. You can't have me coffee. What you doing? Come here. What you crying for? She keeps having like a little whimper. Like a little mew. And it's since I brought her back today, it's like she didn't like her nails clipped. She's been like mewing. Right, I'm going to pull 3 cards out for you for the collective for this week. Speaker of the House prediction. Trump. Trump could end up being Speaker of the House. You ever thought of that just for a short time? Did you want that? Did you would think that? Oh, I think his sister's awake because I heard a clank upstairs. We are about to face a storm. We've got the Lovers cards again coming out. We've got the 6 of Swords. It's buttercups. She's just got to pick me pen up in her mouth. Oh, here's the other one. Come here, my angel. Six of Swords, the Lovers. We've got double lovers. Double lovers? Is there such a thing? Double lovers. Oh, thank you. Just had a super chat there, a donation. Thank you very much, Sage. Come here then, baby. Come here. We've got the girls coming in to say goodnight to you. So when the lovers cards come out, it normally means that there's big news. Yeah, it's the other one. Other people. They've just had to come to say goodnight to you guys, okay? So when the lovers cards come out, it means there's big news is on its way. What are you doing? You're getting all tangled up. Do you want to say night to the ladies and gentlemen? Oh. This is Nala. Be a good girl. She's getting big, isn't she? Considering they were like in my hand nearly when I got them. But yeah, there's big news coming. And the old man, the hyphenate, saying, listen to the parent, just wait. Shh, just wait. Okay, waves. I get a lot of waves, and I don't know if that's metaphoric. It's metaphoric, or it's something to do with the wave to come. It could be problems with sea. Okay, but we're going to go. We're going to go. Let's see if we can get a positive card. Temperance. But I also feel it's like miracles are about to take place. Yeah. Oh, Lordy. We're having them both coming in now. So we'll leave that one with you there. Miracles. It's biblical times, guys. Have you seen this? It's biblical times. Are you going to say goodnight, little madams? You want to say goodnight? Say goodnight to everybody. Is it night time? It's bedtime for these two ladies, young ladies. I know. She's yawning. She's saying, Mummy, I want to go to bed. So, I'll see you soon. And like I say, if I can't make it Thursday, expect another looking glass, or expect something coming out before Friday. Take care, guys. Stay strong. And may the force be with you all. And I'm off. Say one more good night. Say good night. Take care, guys. Bye. Now, how do I get out of here? Nola, what you doing?